welcome to Noblesville Now. I'm Sharon McMahon, and it is such a privilege to be coming to you through the Noblesville Times website. We have a great show for you today, and we're going to be introducing you to some people right here in the Noblesville community, bring you up to date on some things happening around here. We are here at our host today, our very first host for Noblesville Now, the Farmers Bank. Right here in Noblesville, and joining me is Sid Loomis, and he's branch manager here, and with a title too long to remember, I understand.
Yes.
But Sid, we are so excited here in Noblesville about Farmers Bank getting here to us from the outer regions, really. I mean, Farmers Bank's been around for many years, and you're going to give us a little history of that, but we're glad to have you here in Noblesville.
Well, it is so nice to be here. I will tell you that. The Farmers Bank actually opened their doors in 1876, and we're headquartered out of Frankfort, Indiana. So we've been around about 135 years.
Wow.
Located primarily in smaller communities. We have a total of 10 branches now. So we've got branches in Frankfort, I think there's 3 in Frankfort, and then Kirkland and Michigantown and Mulberry, pretty good sized branch in Lebanon, and then we have 3 here in Hamilton County. We've got a branch in Sheridan, which has been there for about 10 or 15 years, and then we just recently opened 2 new locations, the branch in Fishers at 116th and Allisonville Road, and then the branch here in Noblesville, and we're located at 16940 Clover Road, which is kind of out in front of Walmart on Highway 37, right next to Steak and Shake.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the things you have going on here at Farmers Bank. I know you opened your doors in a flurry of activity. You had some really nice events here at the bank to commemorate your opening. And I know that, right now, I think many of us know there's some great rates around, and Farmers Bank is no exception.
That's true. Actually, the month of April, believe it or not, is Community Bank Month. And since the Farmers Bank is a community bank, we are offering some special loan rates right now for car loans and motorcycle loans. So if you were to purchase a brand new vehicle today, our interest rate could be as low as 4.99%.
Wow.
And that would be up to, I think up to 63 months, I think is the term on that.
Okay.
And then our mortgage rates are still very, very competitive. Of course, those are subject to change daily. And today, is April 19th. But the 15-year fixed rate today with no points is 4.25%, and a 30-year fix is at 5%. So those are still very competitive rates.
Those are extremely competitive. And another thing that I want to say about Farmers Bank is that obviously you're a Noblesville Chamber of Commerce member. And you're one thing I've noticed just in the short time that Farmers Bank has been here is that you are very involved in the community. Reaching out, helping some of the not-for-profit organizations, and really jumping in, getting involved as volunteers. I know is important to you, Sid.
It is, and that is one of the really neat things about the Farmers Bank is that we really try to put money back into our local communities. So we are looking at sponsoring, the Boys and Girls Club teams, and we do very active, as you know, with the Noblesville Chamber. We've been involved with some different fundraising type of events as well. So it's something that's really neat and refreshing about the smaller banks and how they really do try to put money back into the local communities.
Well, you set a good example for many businesses here in Noblesville. We want to thank you for hosting us in this inaugural Noblesville Now show. And we love being here at the Farmers Bank, and I know we're going to be back soon. So our viewers will be able to be seeing you again soon, I'm sure. So we're going to close up this segment, and we're going to be talking to some more guests here on Noblesville Now today. So thank you, Sid.
Absolutely, Sharon.
The Farmers Bank in Fishers at 116th and Allisonville Road, and in Noblesville on Highway 37 near Walmart. The Farmers Bank is locally owned and operated with 10 convenient offices in central Indiana, providing a full line of banking services for you and your business. What makes us different? Just visit our website, thefarmersbank.com, to see what our customers have to say. The Farmers Bank. We want to become your bank for life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back, and joining me is my friend Tim Stottlemyre, who is a Stormwater Program Manager,
Correct.
City of Noblesville. And Tim, you and I have talked many times in the past, and I am just so interested and intrigued about what you folks are working on there. And I have to tell our viewers, this is so important to the health and safety of us all. So please listen up on this. Now let's start kind of at the beginning. Tell us a little bit about the program and why it was established.
Sure. Well, the Stormwater Program has its roots in federal legislation, the Clean Water Act. So everything we do goes back to the Clean Water Act. And it really is a pollution prevention program to protect our water resources.
Okay. Now, you know, I go home, I turn on my faucet, water comes out of it, you know, it's water. I know it's treated and been through all the different technical things. So why, as a homeowner and resident, should I even worry about it or be concerned?
Well, water companies do a great job of cleaning the water, but they spend a lot of time and money in cleaning that water up. Currently, we get most of our drinking water from the river, surface water. That water comes from our streets and our businesses, our yards, and our homes in the form of stormwater runoff.
Okay, and so, you know, water that ran through my yard potentially goes on to be
That's
used.
what we end up drinking.
Okay.
Eventually, but it does go through the filtration process and all the treatment process that they do, but that takes time and money, and we're seeing more and more chemicals show up in our source water in the river. Our raw water is what the water companies call that, our raw source water. We're seeing more and more chemicals show up in there, and it costs more and more to treat that, and the potential health effects that from the residual that's left over.
Okay, and I know in just a moment we're going to see some more information that you brought with you that our viewers are going to be able to take a look at here in just a moment. And we're going to have you back in the weeks to come too, but before we get to that video, Tim, what as a homeowner can I do? You mentioned fertilizers. I think this is a very important part of it, right?
We've got a really strong campaign right now to talk about yard fertilizer, and of course it's the spring. A lot of people out doing yard work, and they want a beautiful lawn and all of that. And the easy solution is to go to the big box warehouse store and buy fertilizer, and you put it on, and it's pretty simple. You can't burn your yard the way they've got it formulated. So if a little is good, more is better. But what happens is that we get a rainstorm, or even just a regular gentle rain, and it dissolves the fertilizer. Some of it gets soaked into the yard, but much of it, a lot of it, washes off in the form of runoff down the storm drain and right into the river.
Okay.
So the other thing that happens, it's not only the chemicals themselves that end up in the river, but it's plant food, right? Fertilizer is plant food, and that starts to grow algae. And there are hundreds of species of algae, and algal blooms are one of the biggest causes of taste and odor in our drinking water. And from an environmental standpoint, the ecology, all the animals and plants that live in the river, all the native species, start to get overrun by these algal species and algal blooms, which some do produce toxins. And we've had, in the news, we've had some warnings about swimming in our 3 reservoirs here in the north side of Indianapolis. Eagle Creek, Geist, and Morris have all had high levels of toxic algae, and it's directly related to the phosphorus content and phosphorus loading. So our message really is, when you fertilize, less is better. Use the least amount to get the desired result. Don't fertilize prior to a large rainstorm. And if you get some out on the sidewalk and street, blow it back into the yard, because that's just like taking a bag and pouring it right into the reservoir if it's out on the street. That rain washes it right down the storm drain, directly into the reservoir.
Well, Tim, we have just scratched the surface of this topic, and we're going to see a video, well, basically right now. So we're going to segue to that, but why don't you set it up for us, intro to the viewers what they're going to see now.
Well, we've partnered with many other organizations, communities, and cities and towns, and developed a website called Clear Choice for Clean Water, and it is specifically about these kinds of issues directly related to the stormwater runoff. And you can go to the website after the video's got the information on it at the end, and you can take a pledge to use low phosphorus fertilizer, which is the middle number. You want the middle number of those three numbers to be 0, and you can go online and take a pledge that you will do that, and it'll give calculations on your yard size, and it'll tell you how many pounds of algae that you have prevented from the waterway.
Wow. Very important information, and I think we're set up to see that now. Will you come back and visit us soon?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll look forward to it. Thanks, Tim. Take a look.
Everything's connected, including the water we drink. The water in your glass comes to you from a well or the neighborhood water treatment plant, where they spend time and money to provide safe water. Sometimes harmful chemicals end up in our streams and reservoirs. Some of it gets there from our streets and lawns, but we can help fix that by avoiding phosphorus in our fertilizer. So make a clear choice for clean water. Find out more at www.clearchoicescleanwater.org.
Well, I'm so excited about our inaugural show today, Noblesville Now. And of course, we need to thank the Noblesville Times for this show, for the opportunity to bring this important information to our viewers. And Jeff Zeckel, you have been very involved in this program.
I have.
So let's talk to our viewers for just a moment about, you know, what this is all about, what they can expect to see in the future, and that sort of thing.
Sure. Well, as a citizen of Noblesville, we found out that Channel 19 was no longer going to be on the air. And so we were talking one afternoon thinking that we could actually put on some shows that were very along the same lines as Channel 19. We cannot do the proms and the live events and the parades, but we can do the sit-down talk shows, which we feel are so important to still get out to the community. Absolutely. And then we decided, well, we have the perfect vehicle. We already have our website. And with our website, with actually over 50,000 unique visitors each month going, we thought, well, how perfect. People can view a video 24/7. They can go anytime they want, and you'll see under a media player on our homepage, you'll be able to watch the videos. Each week, they will go out. If we're taping on a Tuesday, they'll be available on Thursday. Then as we tape another show, that one will be put in the archives. So people can click on something I think it's called webcasts, and they can still call up today's show out into the future.
Oh, well,
Yes.
that is an awesome opportunity because, for instance, we had Tim Stottlemyre on the show with some very important clean water information
Right.
that people may wish to refer back to
Right.
at some point, you know, because we want to keep our waterways as clean as possible.
Right,
So
right.
that is a wonderful opportunity for all those viewers out
Good,
there.
good. And we're in the process of, we've got a Humane Society show that'll be coming on.
Yeah.
It's called Pet Entertainment Television. So
Okay.
they came up with their own name.
I love it.
And then we're working with some of the other chambers to do a weekly or monthly or bi-monthly show. And then Don Jellison is working on a sports show, which will happen right now probably 2 times a month. He will get different coaches and personalities in for high school sports around Hamilton County.
Well, lots to look forward to for sure. Now, Jeff, you are, well, you're involved in many things in Noblesville.
Yes, I am.
We would need an entire show to touch on all those. But I think today you have some special events coming up tied in with Noblesville High School Alumni Association, in which you're very active.
That's correct. I presently serve on the board of directors for the Alumni Association. I've done that for the last, actually I'm on my 11th year. Wow. And we've worked very hard at kind of revitalizing the banquet over the years. We have really, we push about 400 people that attend every year. It's at the high school cafeteria. It's always the last Saturday in April. So this year it's April 30th. There is at 5 o'clock is a happy hour, kind of social hour. I mean, there's no alcohol served, but there's a social hour from 5 to 6. The dinner is at 6, and a program starts at 7. This year we will be honoring the class of 1961. It's been 50 years since they graduated from high school, and every year we always recognize specially that 50-year class.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I'm sure we have a lot of people watching right now who would like to attend attend, maybe find out more information about it. Can you tell us what the cost is and what they need to do if they wish to get involved?
Yeah, it's like $17.50, and you're
Okay.
getting a meal in the program, and I think it's good to remind people we're all about scholarships, and we present right now. The last few years, we have presented 9 scholarships every year to high school seniors, and we're thrilled
Oh,
about that.
that's
And it's like
amazing.
$1,500, so that's enough to help jumpstart a freshman.
Absolutely.
And 5 of those scholarships are for academic. And the only criteria is your parents or uncle, aunts, or have to be a graduate of Noblesville High
Okay.
School. They have to be
Okay.
an alum.
Right,
We don't really
right.
go for the very top level. We go for those students that were involved and try to help other students get some opportunities. But so every year, and that's what the proceeds for the banquet help promote our scholarships.
And you know, it's more important than ever in this economy.
Right. Now, there is a phone number you can call. Actually, it's Peggy Beaver, and her number is 773-6417, area code 317-773-6417. And you can call Peggy and still make a reservation for it. It's a fun night. There's always all kinds of old artwork there. There's old stories swapped. It's fun.
A lot of fun. Well, I know that there's another event associated with the Alumni Association as well going on, and we have so many golfers in this area.
Yes, and what we've done, we've tried, here again, all the proceeds help our scholarships, and we've tried to make it affordable. And so it's like $100 for a whole sponsor. It's like $60 for a foursome to play. And what happens, there's a lot of classes, like I'm involved with some members of the class of 73. So it's a chance for us to get together and have fun as a class. And I know the class of 72, I think 64, so there's different classes that have gotten together. And you don't have to be part of a class, just get some buddies together. But that will be at Forest Park, the old Forest Park golf course. We like it because it's nostalgic. And that is, I think it's June 5th. It's that first Sunday in June. And Johnny Kennedy has been a great asset to the Alumni Association. Is the one that really pushes this on and really implements the whole thing.
Okay. Well, Jeff, again, you're involved with so many organizations here in Noblesville. The alumni, I know, is near and dear to your heart.
Right.
And that's quite obvious. And I would be remiss, I just have to say, without you, I don't think the Noblesville Farmers Market would be what it is today.
thank
It has
you.
grown into a fantastic event every Saturday. Let's just quickly give the date on the first opening of the market.
Sure, that's a great idea. May 21st.
Okay.
We'll be there again, Riverview Overflow parking lot. Last year we had actually about 103 booths, so we will be every bit of that again this year. It's been very rewarding for me, and I think the community, because it's actually one of the best and largest in central Indiana. And this year, Main Street Farmers Market we're actually, Noblesville Farmers Market was celebrating our 20th year. So this
Wow.
is trying to do a few special
Oh,
things as we
my.
go. And so, yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 20 years. But
Wow.
I wasn't involved 20 years ago, but
Well,
it has been
Jeff,
a long 20 years.
Thank you, and I hope that the viewers of this inaugural show, Noblesville Now, take advantage of some of the information we've been able to share with them. And personally, I would, as representing the Noblesville Chamber of Commerce, I would like to thank the Noblesville Times for taking this initiative to bring information to the residents of Noblesville and Hamilton County. What you're doing is so important.
Well, thank you.
And
Well, I would like to thank
I'm
you.
a viewer too,
Well,
so I
good, good,
appreciate
good.
it.
Well, and I'd like to thank you in the chamber because this extra effort on your part and the fact that you were willing to do this and you felt there's a value in it. We can't thank you enough either.
Well, Noblesville is a great place to live, as we know.
Right.
And so, if you have any suggestions or thoughts or just opinions of the show after seeing this first show, contact Jeff at the Noblesville Times. Let's give your email address.
Okay,
Jeff.
it's JZECKEL at thetimes24-7.com. And we should probably say, to view this video, you can go to www.thetimes24-7.com, and that's a hyphen, not an underscore.
Okay, real important to note. And contact us at the Chamber of Commerce as well. And go to our website at noblesvillechamber.com if you'd like to see what's going on there. And Jeff, I guess we'll be seeing our viewers again very soon.
That's great.
Okay, and thanks to all of you. See you next time.